This is the University of North Carolina UNC 12 probe. This is the handle, and this is the shank. This is the working end. So this probe has 12 marks. It's from 1 to 12 milliliter. And the color band is between 4 to 5 and 9 to 10. It is used to measure probing depth, marginal gingiva, clinical attachment loss, mucogingival junction, size of the lesion, and to assess bleeding. So we don't use this probe when the tooth is in distress, like if there is active abscess, a big cavity that is giving patient discomfort, or there is a lesion around the tooth or the area. When we probe each tooth, like for tooth number 31, each tooth we're gonna do 6 areas. We start from the buccal, distal angle, all the way to the interproximal area on the distal, and from the distal angle all the way to the mesial angle, and then from mesial angle all the way to the interproximal area on the mesial. So this will be 1, 2, 3 areas for the buccal. And then we move to the lingual side of the tooth. Same, we start from the distal angle all the way to the interproximal area on the distal, and from distal angle all the way to the mesial angle, and from mesial angle to the interproximal area on the mesial. So this will be the last 3 areas. So each tooth, we have 6 areas, and then we probe, we record the deepest number in each area. For the probing sequence, we're gonna start, if we're gonna do the whole mouth, we're gonna start from the maxilla on the buccal of tooth number 1 all the way to the buccal of tooth number 16, and then we come back from the lingual of tooth number 16 all the way to the lingual of tooth number 1. Then we drop down to the mandible from the buccal of tooth number 32 all the way to the buccal of tooth number 17, and then we come back from the lingual of tooth number 17 all the way to the lingual area of the tooth number 32. So now let's see. If we probe on tooth number 31, we start from the distal angle. We use light pressure and modified pen grasp. So when we are in the subgingival, we should see blanching at the junctional epithelium. So enter the probe at the distal angle. The probe is always in contact with the tooth surface, parallel to the long axis of the tooth, walking the probe to the interproximal surface until it reaches the contact area of the adjacent tooth. The probe is always angled toward the apex of the root. And when we are in the interproximal area, the probe should tilt about 10 to 15 degrees into the cold space. And then we come back to the distal angle, all the way walk to the mesial angle. We record the deepest number, and then we keep walking to the interproximal area, tilt a little bit to record the deepest number, and will be the same for the lingual surface. Okay, so now we're going to start with the probing from tooth number 1. Okay, now we're gonna do the mandible from the buckle of tooth number 32, distal angle. 2, 1.